down to round table. We're an organisation which, despite our looks, is for young men between 18 and 45. We have a sister organisation in Ladies Circle for young ladies of similar ages. And basically our whole concept is about friendship, fellowship, getting together, doing things we want to do, having fun doing it, but at the same time doing a bit of fundraising and then putting stuff back into our community. So one description is a social club with a social conscience. One of the fun things we organised early this year was our 4th annual beer festival. This year we decided with the recession we would make sure that charity starts at home. So then Muggins had an idea, and Chris will tell you what the idea was.
The idea, as you can see, is a Dragon's Den style event. Each group will come forward, present to the 5 dragons, and then we'll ask some questions about what's actually going on, what it is you need, how we can help, etc. etc.
Well, my name is John Munsey. I'm the chairperson at Kinross-shire's Amateur Swimming Club. My request tonight is a donation towards some lane ropes which we've recently purchased, and we've made our purchase already. But a little bit about the club. We're 140 strong in terms of members. We start off, our youngest member is age 7 and our eldest member is 18. If we could get some money tonight, that would enable us to reinvest that back into the club. Thank you very much.
Budding Rebecca Adlington's in there.
I'd like to think we did. I'd like to think we do. Probably, well, our club swimmer of the year this year is announced on Sundays as a young lady called Laura Manson. Laura's 11. She would rank in the top 10 in Scotland in quite a lot of the strokes that she does.
I see that the juniors are putting up twice as much as the adult otters in terms of this. Is that a fair sort of split?
Yeah, I think so, Jeremy. I think in terms of the adult otters only train once a week on a Tuesday night, Bill, I think it is. And the membership levels, I think the current membership levels, Jeremy, run at about 25. So yeah, I think it's a very generous donation from them. Without doubt, we get the most use from them.
I'd like to say to the vaulting group that if you make an offer to Round Table to come and see what you do and make an offer to the chairman that he can have a shot, then I guarantee. Ladies and gentlemen, the vaulting group.
So first of all, I'd just like to say thank you for giving us the time to do this presentation for what is going to be one. My name's Lynn Valentine. I'm a level 1 assistant coach with the Kinross vaulting group. First of all, I'm going to tell you what exactly equestrian vaulting is, because it was completely new to me about 14 months ago as well. It's one of the fastest growing sports in this country. It's best described as gymnastics on a cantering horse usually. They start off at walk, they do it in canter. The kids do it in leotards, they do it in sort of ballet type shoes. There's no protective gear involved in it. It's all gymnastics and dance. It originates back to Roman times, but probably the sports roots are generally from the circus at the moment. The catsuits cost about £40 each. We're hoping for another 20. We've got 40 kids in the club. They're obviously all growing. They compete as teams. They need catsuits, and rather than have kids changing out of catsuits and into catsuits at competitions. I think that's probably about all I can tell you about that.
Tell you guys, you should have a look at some of these photos, because my initial thought is, my first question is, are you all completely mental?
Yeah, I have to say it's not being spectators, but when you're standing watching them.
And what other things were you looking for?
A tractor
The roll.
and a real level. Yeah.
Seeing Mark and I can't see.
I'd like to wrap it up. I'm sure we can talk about this all night, because it does seem incredibly interesting. And thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you. What I actually mentioned was at the start of it, and I had this picture that took me away from the dragons, and that was Mike in a leotard.
Yeah.
If you can welcome to the floor the Kinross wheelchair, Caroline, please.
course, the round table for this opportunity to present a case for some funding. It's much appreciated. My name is Archie Bogie. I am been involved with wheelchair curling since its inception. I can't remember how many years ago now, but it's getting close on to 10 years. Wheelchair curling is for everybody, 8 to 80, and varying disabilities. We have varying degrees of disability within the club, and also coming in the doors. And it's not just about the curling; it's about the therapy and the whole aspect of just how good it feels to be together and helping people with varying degrees of disability. Whether they want to join the club or not doesn't really matter to me. If they want to come for some therapy or want to come and enjoy this on a Saturday morning, that's what it's all about, the enjoyment, really, at the end of the day.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jerry Caldwell and I'm the chairperson of Portmore Under 5s, which is playgroup and toddler group. I'd also like to introduce Joan Smith, who's the chairperson of Portmore Call, and she's going to help me with questions at the end, if you have any. Basically, Portmore Playgroup runs on a Monday and Friday from 10 to 12, and we cater for 2 to 5-year-old children. We have a total of about 20 children on our books at the moment, and kids come from surrounding villages, Scotland Well, Kinross-Wood, Kinross, and many other villages around. At Portmore Call, we have a lovely outside play area. We have a little house and a slide and a climbing frame, whatnot. The problem is at the moment the surface on the ground has wood chip and bark on it. It's been there for several years, and unfortunately over time that's become completely waterlogged and decomposed and very, very muddy. So basically we can't use it for most of the year unless we have months of dry weather, which obviously never happens. The cost of this project is about £1,500. It's it's about 40 square metres, so it's quite big, and the access to the area is quite tricky. So it's about £1,500, which is quite a lot. So we have roughly about £1,000 at the moment. So a donation of about £500 would allow us to get this work done immediately, really. It would cover the rest of the costs for us. Yes, we're very thankful for this opportunity to ask for some funding. Thank you very much.
The next group up I would actually like to make fun of, but one, the guy's taller than me, and two, he actually knows where I stay. So if you could ask Dave to go up for Kinross Boys Brigade, please.
My name is Dave Monroe. I'm captain of Kinross Boys Brigade. Kinross Boys Brigade has been active next year for 90 years within the Kinross-shire community. I've been involved all that time. It's fair enough, not that. It feels like it sometimes, man. We, because next year's our 90th year, we've planned a camp, holiday camp to Valkenburg in South Holland. Our current membership is around about 85 boys and girls. We're one of the first companies in Scotland to take girls on board, and we currently have 30 girls within that 85, and we've got about 15 officer staff to support that. It is quite an expensive camp, and that's why we're asking for some support within that context. So thank you.
Dragons, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stephen Crawford. I'm the chair of the Kinross Primary Parent Council. Everybody's heard or seen Jamie Oliver on the television down in England decrying school meals and the fact that people actually don't know how to cook anymore. The way we live our lives today, or a lot of people live our lives with both parents working, Sainsbury's just around the corner, pre-packed foods. A lot of children actually arrive, in the teenage years. They've actually never seen food being prepared, never got their hands involved. And the head teacher and deputy head came to me and said, look, we'd like to promote this initiative, but what we don't have is any facilities.